Welcome to the latest Ferrari hypercar. It's called the F80, and after 11 years, it is the direct successor to the legendary LaFerrari. There's no doubt then that it's got enormous shoes to fill, hence why the price tag starts at £2.6 million plus VAT. Limited to 799 units, it is without any shadow of doubt the most extreme Ferrari road car ever made. So, let me talk you through the key points. The F80 uses a twin-turbocharged 3-litre V6 engine that produces 888 brake horsepower and 627 pounds-foot of torque. Interestingly, those turbochargers are not variable vane, but in order to remove lag, they each have an electric motor nestled between the turbo and the compressor. Maximum revs is 9,000 RPM, and there's also a specific output of 296 brake horsepower per litre, which is incredibly high, but not quite on the level of the AMG 1. Another stat that really jumps out is that despite the F80's engine producing an extra 234 brake horsepower over the 296 GTBs, it doesn't gain any extra weight. Adding to the power from the V6 is 3 further electric motors. There's one mounted under the engine called MGUK, and also 2 on the front axle, these delivering an additional 282 brake horsepower and 178 pound-foot of torque. That means 5 electric motors in total, permanent 4-wheel drive, and some barely believable performance figures. Namely 0 to 62 miles an hour in 2.15 seconds and 0 to 125 miles an hour in 5.75 seconds. To put that into context, the LaFerrari was over a second slower. It's also much quicker to 62 miles an hour than the new McLaren W1, and you can thank the 4-wheel drive for that, but by 125 miles an hour, the two cars are pretty much level pegging. The F1 Association, meanwhile, is demonstrated by an MGUH that generates its power from the turbo's waste gases and a DRS-esque reverse gurney flap at the front that is capable of stalling the airflow entering the underbody, therefore reducing drag. At the rear, a movable rear wing raises and also tilts fore and aft according to driver inputs to the throttle, brakes and steering in order to either reduce drag or give more downforce. Fully active suspension also features and is similar in principle to that which operates on the Purosangue SUV. The Multimatic system can control each corner individually, a vital aspect given how much aero is at play. It also means there's no anti-roll bars. There's no rear-wheel steering, but with the twin electric front motors allowing for torque vectoring, Ferrari argues it isn't needed, and of course, this does save weight. The chassis is a carbon, aluminium and titanium mix that runs to a dry weight of just 1,525 kilograms. LaFerrari, though, was 1,255 kilograms. Looking at the car from the outside, the wide shoulders, low-slung rear deck and overall low stance, it stands at just 1,138mm tall. The F80 screams a razor-sharp purpose that follows on from the F40 and F50. What's more, the interior layout is very interesting. Ferrari debated making it a single-seater in order to deliver the ultimate driving machine with minimal compromise, but in the end settled on a 1+ seating arrangement that is meant to put the driver slightly further forward. Unlike the McLaren W1, where both seats are fixed and the pedals move, the F80's arrangement is a mixed one. The driver's seat moves fore and aft, but the passenger's is rigid. All of this goes into the claim that the F80 will be a usable hypercar, but then we'll see if that really is true when we get to drive it. In summary though, the F80 feels like the kind of car that could only have been made in 2024. The level of knowledge and understanding across all the car's complicated systems feels like everything had to align. The F1 tech, the LaFerrari learnings, even the recent World Endurance Championship program. It will be fascinating to see how the F80 stacks up against McLaren W1, an upcoming Porsche hypercar. Let us know your choice in the comments below.